Hello, everyone. This is Kirk Hamilton, the Staying Healthy Today show, and I am going to try one more time to have an interview because I choked it the last time and the microphone was off. And we have two wonderful, lovely ladies here who are working incredibly hard at the Canvas Back Wellness Center in Majuro, Marshall Islands. We have Margie Kolkoff, a speech pathologist extraordinaire, and she's with Brenda Davis, a registered dietitian who is a plant-based specialist. Well, not just a plant-based specialist; she's a wellness specialist as far as diet and health goes. And so they're working hard on a curriculum for school children here in the Marshall Islands, which is delivered to teachers and principals, and they do workshops and trying to help the Marshallese. Obviously in general health, improve their growth and development, but also prevent the bad diseases like diabetes and heart disease and obesity, especially diabetes, which is one of the highest rates in the world here. So Margie. Margie. She's gonna kill me by the end of the week here. Tell me what your role is and what your dreams are here and what you're doing.
Oh, Kirk, I'm glad I listened to you this time.
That's a first.
I'm here because Brenda invited me to come along because I got to come a year and a half ago to the Marshall Islands when she was involved in doing an intervention on diabetes reversal. And this time the focus was on, as you mentioned, about reaching out to schools to try and educate children about their health. And Brenda was asked to be part of educating the children, and because she knows I work with children, she went, Margie is the person I want to come along to help me with this education. But initially we're asked just to provide education for children, and we said, we need to get to the administrators, to the ones that can make the difference and really teach these children, particularly in their own language. So as you said, we're developing a curriculum. It's for principals and teachers, and we're spending time with the teachers, walking them through how they can do this curriculum with children.
So why are you interested in nutrition? You have a unique background, the CHIPS program, and so you're a speech pathologist, so you're a great communicator, and so then you're really into the nutrition that can make a huge difference in these people's lives. So you're like a great combo. Where did nutrition come from, your passion for that?
Because I have a we have a family history of a lot of chronic disease, and I was challenged many years ago to make lifestyle changes. And when I did, it made amazing changes to my health. I'm probably healthier now than what I was 30 years ago. And and because I work with children and I see families that are struggling with chronic disease when they don't need to be, I just have a passion for sharing this message.
So if you had to pick out one or two diet nutrition principles that you want to achieve here in your program, what are they?
I guess probably the biggest thing that we're trying to get across is helping them understand about the importance of beans and fiber, because people have blood sugars like over 400, numbers that I've never heard of before, and we just know that if we can get some fiber, and particularly the fiber that comes from beans, it really helps modulate their blood sugars, and it also fills them. We're dealing with malnutrition here amongst the young population, and so if these children can start to feel satisfied with the food that they're eating, they're not going to have to be at the mom and pop store buying all this candy and soda pop and whatever. So yeah, it's just trying to get in some fiber and some protein. And
are you hopeful?
Oh, absolutely. We have been received so favorably in this time that we've been here. Like, we've gone to many schools now, and we haven't had one school where people or standoffish, or
Right.
children were standoffish. They've responded so positively, and teachers are begging for these kits that we're going to create, and they don't want to wait for the kit. They want them now because they want to get going on
And
it.
believe me, this is not like created in a 1 hour effort. These two pros have been working, 16-hour days since they got here. When did you get here? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, yesterday.
Wow.
And
So,
yes, part of it is we're trying to create culturally sensitive materials
Right.
too, and that takes even longer.
thank you, Margie.
Thank you, Kirk.
We're going to switch over now to Brenda Davis, dietitian extraordinaire. Actually, I know Brenda because I heard her lecture so many times, and then I had to do a podcast with her on diabetes, and I saw the slideshow on the Marshall Islands, which to me is still one of the great slideshows of all time. And so, Brenda, you've been here before, so tell us what you want to achieve this time that would make you happy.
Well, as Margie mentioned, or I think you mentioned, the Marshall Islands has one of the highest diabetes rates in the world. And at the same time, we also see children here that are malnourished and are stunted in growth. And so this time, every other time I've been here, the focus has been on diabetes, people who have type 2 diabetes, and intervening with lifestyle, treating with lifestyle intervention program. And so this time the focus is we're kind of progressing to try to get the message out to the general community, and we're starting with school children and trying to educate the teachers and principals so that they can help the school children.
And food service people.
Yeah, and food service people
Right.
as well. And so the focus is, of course, twofold. Is we want to make sure that the children, the foods that they're getting are sufficient to optimize growth and development, but at the same time not set them up for a future with type 2 diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a huge challenge here. So we're spending as much time as we can to develop resources that will actually be useful for.
So aside from, I love beans, and so I'm a preacher, beans and greens. But so aside from high fiber food and a good quality type of carbohydrate, are they not a cost-effective food, relatively speaking?
Oh, absolutely. And so our focus, really, food-wise, is trying to get them to stop drinking sugar, which they do by the gallon. So a lot of sodas and luau, which is just high fructose corn syrup drink. And so we want to get them drinking water instead of sugar. And we want to get them sort of onto foods as grown, really, to growing plants. We were getting gardens in every school, just getting them to grow foods and to learn more about the foods that are available on the island and to use them more. And so plants and fish is kind of their traditional diet, and so get them back to a more traditional diet and really to get them off of the processed foods that make up probably 95% of what most of them are eating now. So they live on ramen noodles, sticky rice, spam and chicken and a lot of meat. So it's a huge change for them. We were told the other day that there are farmers at one end of the island that are growing plants, but they're not eating them themselves. They're selling them, and so it's really challenging to. They don't know how to prepare these foods,
Mm-hmm.
so we're cooking very simple cooking techniques and just getting them comfortable with.
Right, and it's very hard for them to go back to their totally indigenous diet because there's 30,000 people on this island and it should support a couple thousand.
Yeah,
if
at
they were
most,
right.
maybe 1,000 if we're lucky.
Right, so if they were doing,
it's not a the island is 3.7 square miles in area with 30,000 people. It's not a large place,
Right.
and the soil is really they're living on a coral reef, so the amount of soil is not great, and so it's a lot of coconut, breadfruit, pandanus are the main foods that grow here. So it is they have to import foods. There's just no question.
Right.
They've got to import.
and
foods.
unfortunately one of the most cheap is we were looking in the grocery store, and the chicken was like, you could, for $2.50 you can get, you could feed like a family of, like, I don't know, it seemed like 10 or 12 pieces of chicken.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Well, that's enough for today, or at least right now. You guys go back to work, because I know that I'm just a pet. I'm just a pest right here. But I'm trying to, share something worthwhile if people are really committed to helping people. And these two people are, and this whole Canvasback organization is here in Majuro. So this is Kirk Hamilton, the Staying Healthy Today show. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll shoot one of these each day. So talk to you soon.